that's basically my mentality. I'm trying to dial in on is that I am focusing hard on trying to be better and enjoying the grind, and trying to survive how bad the games are and how awful the balancing is and how unbalanced they are and the scene, right? Not trying to find the fun inside the game, if that makes sense. Because before I really was the type of person where like I thought I just couldn't I couldn't play a game that I didn't find fun. And it was like so then the goal was basically I will try everything I can to find a character that I find fun, to find a playstyle that I find fun. And now it's kind of like fun has just massively gone down on the priority list, and I'm trying to lean more on the pure just self-improvement grind for now. Like I like if I thought that games would be this bad forever, I would just straight up quit competing, like, or just take a permanent break, right? And I have had thoughts about quitting and just going back to school or some shit because of how bad fighting games are right now. But there is at least a good chance that the next set of fighting games will be more fun, or at least if they're not more fun, then more money. Because you only really, like, you know, life as a pro fighting game player is still pretty good if you actually do get paid. I would ask what you would like to see change within the game, but at this point I don't know if it matters. I mean, they don't have any budget to make any changes. They know most of the changes they need to make. If they wanted to make the game like a better competitive experience. But not only do they not have the resources to do things they know they want to do, like they've talked about doing, such as, you know, adding the new specials, you know, fixing the flex shield input that they have like openly talked about, like this is things we need to do, right? They don't have they can't even do that. What I've also long since realized, and something that you guys also need to accept, is that they don't want the game to be competitive. Like, they clearly hate zoners, right? They clearly don't like technical characters being good. They want grapplers to be the best. Like, I think that's something that a lot of people need to accept about modern fighting games, and something I've come to value more and more too, is that how picking a fighting game is not just about picking what is the best game right now. It's about picking a studio and a team that you actually believe you actually believe in, that they can make, like, not only is it good now, but it will, you know, get better or at least not get worse. Because at the end of the day, it is like you are dedicating a large part of your life to this shit, right? If you're a full-time gamer. And like, obviously I have way more faith in the 2xKO people. But I have also, even though I still believe that the game will be good, I've had to accept that, like, there is a large chance that even if 2xKO comes out good, it could become worse, right? I do have less faith in the development team now because they legitimately did make the game feel a lot worse after a lot of time passed between Alpha Lab 1 and Alpha Lab 2. Jacko is not technical in the sense that I mean technical. she's also a very simple character. Like, she's a very one note character, you know? Basically, her entire normal usage is 2K and 2D. And even then, Jacko's like considered by most to be the lower half of the cast. And they literally have nerfed Happy Chaos every single patch outside of 375 where he got no changes. And was just buffed because of system mechanics. Like, he's gotten some compensation buffs, but he's overall been nerfed every single patch since he came out. They do not want Happy Chaos to be good. At least they would prefer if he wasn't. He's not hated by them as much as, like, Sado, right? But they very clearly would prefer if Happy Chaos was less common in top 8s. Yeah, so like even if I thought even if one day ArcSys got like bought out and got like way more people to work on this game, I do not think this game would get any better. I actually think there's actually a chance that this game would get worse faster if this game had more people working on it. It would probably be more popular and would be better as a product. Like, it would have more features. Ranked would already be out. The new specials would be out. But I do think that at this point, with their track record, you do have to guess, would the new special moves be more... Like, if you honestly ask yourself, do you think the new special moves will be toxic or well implemented? Right? Maybe we have 5 Potemkins instead of 1. Cruising in my 64, that's funny. I think you have to be a very special type of person to grind fighting games you don't like. Again, only because of the money. You do have to be kind of crazy to be a pro athlete or competitor in general, I think. But I think pro esports player is also a particular kind of crazy because you don't even have the money and the fame. There's people that are even crazier. Like speedrunners, I think, are the craziest archetype. These people grind like frame perfect tricks like 5 hours a day, so that 2 people in their Discord will notice. Well, if you're if you're a big game speedrunner, you're less insane. Like Armada definitely got less insane since he became a speedrunner, right? Like because if you're doing it like mostly to have something to stream every day, it is very, very, very different compared to someone who plays a game that like has 5 viewers, right? My controller disconnect? Okay, I'm back. Just kill me. I like how he didn't notice. I love doing that shit. That's the small pleasures, man. Like the rare situations where hitting the card with Johnny is actually like very skillful. Where we have to improv. Oh. The good thing with Johnny is that there is actually a lot of fun you can find in him if you really do try to go nerdy about it. To me, that helps not focus on the monotony of his simple shit. Like just guard crush, strike, throw. Did he rage quit? Or did the service just die? You never know with Strive, huh? Me and LK have gone full mask off. What does that mean? LK likes this game, bro. I wonder if LK will actually play Johnny. I feel like, I'm not saying he never plays the secondaries, but I feel like he's been on the, I'm going to play secondary or I'm going to switch characters for so long, and that his tournament runs are like 90% biking anyway. But maybe it's just like, you know, maybe it's just me not noticing when he actually does play different characters. Because people think that I've never played Johnny in tournament when I have like beaten Marvello with Johnny in tournament this year. Or that I don't play ABBA when I played ABBA in several tournaments too. And I legit have one tournament with three other characters. Like, I mean, like Happy Chaos, Sato, and Chip, right? I'm not gonna say that I always like stick with what I said, right? And sometimes I do clickbait a little bit. Like, if there's a decent chance that I will play Unica, then I will have it as the title as a new main question mark. But I think I deserve a bit more credit than most because I do legitimately follow through on what I say. Maybe not always when it comes to swapping characters in Strive specifically, but like in general, if you look throughout my history, like I swapped characters in Ultimate after saying I would, right? Like I played Pichu and fucking Roy and Wolf and and Terry. Right. I've swapped games. I said I would quit Ultimate. I quit Ultimate. I quit Dragon Ball after saying I would quit Dragon Ball after a bad patch. I've quit Melee after saying I would. You know, like I said I would swap to Sheik for the Marth matchup, and I did. Like a lot of people say perma claim shit and never actually follow through. And I think I'm one of the people that follows through more, but I'm still like, I think most people that say they're gonna do something don't actually keep through, right? I think Unica is better than high mid. Like, I think she's like, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but I'd be surprised if she's below like 12, 13, 14 range, like low, like somewhere around like high tier, I guess that is. And I would be surprised if she's above like 6, 7. I'm interested in trying Lucy out, but I don't expect her to be good. Unica is the simple character and the slow character, so she is much more likely to be good than Lucy, who is probably going to be like an agile hacker, considering like her thing in Edge Runs is speed, right? If I remember correctly, at least. It's just like a very like ArcSys track record with DLC is extremely bad in general, right? Like almost all of them are either broken or dog shit. And only really slow, high damage characters are allowed to be good. Outside of Happy Chaos and Oscar, who just like were oversights. They were like very clearly unintentionally good, rather than like, you know, Unica, Slayer, and Abba, who are like, especially Slayer and Unica are in a very, very obvious, we want this character to be good, right? I think a Strive Complete Edition for Season 5 would actually make a lot of sense. Strive 2, I mean, Switch 2, release date maybe, more story. They're updating ranked, right? I don't know. I think that would make sense. I don't think that will happen. Because I feel like if they were doing that, then they might not have announced ranked before. Like, ranked would be part of Strive 2. Bruh. Most of the time when ArcSys reveals shit, it has truly been like some of the worst announcements of all time. Like, not like their trailers, but like at Frosty Faustings, they were like, hey, let's reveal Kite from Hunter x Hunter. And they went like on stage and did it and shit, right? When it was already announced on Twitter like 7 hours ago. Even before even before Strive became leftovers and like neglected, they never knew. They never knew what to do. I found the use for K card. K card has always been useful. It's S card that's hard to use. I don't know, it's weird. Because they did release an anime, right? But the anime didn't even address, like... I don't know, it was barely the same universe. Even Unica is nothing like she is in the anime, which is so stupid. Yeah, it was essentially filler. The Delilah DLC was also filler, basically. So they could make a new story, but I don't think they will. Yeah, but there's no way they're actually gonna like kill Happy Chaos. That's never gonna happen. Like, even like Ariel is still alive, no? Only character that is dead is Cliff. Unica being different, this different does not make any sense. Dude, she doesn't have anything. Like, she doesn't fight the same way. Her personality is different. Like, she doesn't have the wings. She has a motorcycle now, which she doesn't have. Like, she has a dragon install, which she doesn't have. Like, it's very clearly not because, wow, she found herself in the anime and then changed. It's because the Unica in the game and Unica as an anime character, like, one of them was outsourced, and it's the anime. Like, it's really funny because Lucy is almost certainly going to be way closer to her anime counterpart than Unica. It doesn't even make sense when it's like, oh, this Unica is later, because no, not really either. Can we just admit that a fucking 2 out of 10 anime that was rushed and had horrible animation was maybe rushed and not properly thought of? I mean, ArcSys has just like basically failed with everything they tried their hand at for a while now. 3v3, Hunter x Hunter publishing, like. Is Granblue good these days? No. Generally, people are not very happy. They're not like an outrage. It's probably gone down less than Strive, if that makes sense. Like, the fall off has been bigger, but the game was worse to begin with. Holy shit. There's a 5k there? Well. Season 4 Strive. One hit, wall break. Next hit, you're fucked. Unless you have burst.